Hey everyone, happy Friday. You made it through the week, your first week of online extended learning. Today we are going to finish up week one of economics talking about the ideas of opportunity cost and diminishing satisfaction. Before we get to those though, just looking back at what we've covered so far in economics this week. We started off with the guide to economic reasoning. So the fact that everyone is making choices, those choices have costs. We make trade-offs. We'll talk about trade-offs a little bit today, and that choices have consequences in the future. Then we moved on to the big idea of scarcity, looking at the fact that we have scarce resources and people have to decide how to best allocate those scarce resources to satisfy their wants and their needs. Then yesterday we looked at the PACE decision-making model, specifically the guide to making economic decisions. So now that we know the steps to making economic decisions and why we have to make economic decisions, we're going to look at what happens once people make those choices or those decisions. So a couple of terms that you do need to know related to this idea is trade-offs and opportunity cost. So you've probably heard the word trade-off before. In economics, when we are talking about a trade-off, we are saying that whenever you are making a decision, you are also choosing to not do something else. For example, when you decide to save up money to buy a car, you are also deciding to not go on vacation. Because remember, your resources, aka your money, they are scarce in this instance. So whenever you are making a decision, you are also choosing to not do something else. When you decide to go to the U of M over Madison, you are deciding, when you decide to go to that college, you are deciding not to go to any others that you got accepted to. And then opportunity cost. So this is defined as the cost of the next best alternative use of money, time, or resources when one choice is made over another. For example, let's say you decide to pick up some Chipotle for lunch and you spend $10 on Chipotle. Now your opportunity cost, you're obviously spending $10 on Chipotle, so that's the money you lose, but the opportunity cost could be 2 Shamrock Shakes from McDonald's. That's the cost of your next best alternative use of your money when one choice is made over another. So yes, you got a burrito or tacos or whatever from Chipotle, but your opportunity cost on spending it on Chipotle would have been the food you could have gotten from McDonald's. Along the same lines of opportunity cost is something known as diminishing satisfaction. Before we get to the idea of diminishing satisfaction, I just want to point out a couple of terms that we use in economics that might be different to some other ways you've heard these terms. So when we say marginal in economics, we are referring to the idea of additional. So when we say marginal, it's the addition of one more unit. And utility is essentially meaning satisfaction or happiness that you get from consuming a product. So when we're looking at the idea of diminishing marginal utility or diminishing marginal satisfaction, this is the idea that each additional unit of something that you're consuming or using causes your overall satisfaction or your overall happiness to increase. However, it is increasing by less and less each time or with each unit that you are consuming. So let's say it's 6 o'clock at night, you've been busy all day and you haven't eaten anything and you're really hungry and you decide to get pizza. Your first slice of pizza is going to give you your greatest amount of satisfaction. And let's say you decide to have 2 more slices of pizza, your overall satisfaction will increase, but not as much as it did with your first slice of pizza. So to show you that idea in a chart here, you can see on the left-hand side the number of pizza slices that you decide to consume and the units of satisfaction over time. So with your first slice of pizza going from 0 slices to 1, your units of satisfaction go from 0 to 12. Okay, remember your first slice of pizza is always going to give you your greatest satisfaction. Now you can see the units of satisfaction are going up with each slice. However, they are going up by less and less each time. With your second slice of pizza, your satisfaction went from 12 to 18. So from 0 to 1, it went to 12. From 1 to 2, it only went up by 6. Now with your third slice of pizza, your satisfaction is still going up, but it only went up by 3 units of satisfaction this time. And with your fourth slice of pizza, your units of satisfaction only increased by 1. So this is the idea of diminishing satisfaction. Sure, your overall satisfaction is the highest at slice 4, but with each additional piece of pizza, it's going up by less and less each time. So to show you that on a graph, showing what some people incorrectly think of when consuming products versus the idea of diminishing satisfaction, also referred to as diminishing returns. So in this red line, this incorrect assumption here, a lot of people assume that with every slice of pizza, or let's say every show you watch on Netflix, or every pop that you drink with your meal or throughout the day, that's going to increase by the same amount each time, but that is incorrect. In economics, we study the fact that it's diminishing satisfaction. So you can see here in the blue line, your overall satisfaction is still going up. However, it is going up by less and less each time, rather than at a constant rate of satisfaction with each unit. So, to help you guys practice the ideas of opportunity cost and diminishing satisfaction, there is an assignment on Schoology. It's called Alfonso's Budget Constraint Activity that is due today. So just make sure you find some time later today or this evening to finish that and get that turned into Schoology. And then over the weekend, we are having our first forum. Now, earlier this week, I mentioned that forums will be one of the summative portions of your grade. So forums account for 30% of your overall grade. So scarcity is a big topic, not only of this week, but of our unit overall. So that is what our first forum is going to focus on. Make sure before you respond to the discussion thread or to this forum that you're looking at the rubric for the points, where your points come from, what you need to do to get full points for this task. But also, I'm providing you with an example response in the forum so you can see what type of responses I'm actually looking for. As always, I'll be on WebEx today during class time. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop in and let me know if you need any help.